Hey, what's going on, Scatterbrains? Thank you for coming back to another episode of Brilliancy. My name is Travis, and I'm here to do a review for Married at First Sight, Season 10, Episode 17, The Reunion. It's over, y'all. Oh my gosh. It is over. Thank the Lord. This season is over. I'll save that for the end. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about what happened. I'm just going to give a couple of quick pinpoints on things that kind of stood out to me and give my final thoughts on this season. So in a nutshell, all the couples except for Jostin are no longer together as of the filming of the reunion. You know, Katie and Derek, Carrick, and Jessica and Austin, Jostin, decided on decision day that they were going to stay together, but come the reunion, Jostin are the only ones that are still together. And we learned information mostly about Carrick and about Brayler, of the things that took place after the reunion. You know, with the reunion, you get everybody's feedback on how they felt during the season. It's not different than anything we knew during the season. You know, the reunion really didn't. There were things that I wanted out of the reunion that I didn't get. Like, for example, I wanted to find out where Mindy's relationship stood with her family post all of this, because, you know, her family did not support her decision to get married at first sight. And so now, seeing that the relationship didn't work out, how was she with her family now? I wanted to know that, and I didn't get that, not to my knowledge. I mean, I fast forwarded through flashbacks in this episode because I just did not need to see all of the foolishness again. But that was just one thing in particular that I was kind of wanting to find out, like how is that relationship now, but we did not find that out. So let's just quickly talk about Carrick and Brayler sans Bruden and his pit stains and his pigeon-toed feet. Bruden and his pit stains and his pigeon-toed feet was not at the reunion. I went back to watch again before their section started to find out if Kevin, who was the host, said anything about why Brandon wasn't there. The nicknames might go out the door tonight. Who knows? It's my last video. Well, whatever. But let's go back to Carrick, actually, because they were the second couple I think we checked in with. In a nutshell, Hood Rat Katie was never really in this, outside of her ex. For those who watched the season, you know that her ex had told her whatever it was she wanted to hear, like the night before the wedding, and that had her messed up. And as I think I said then, Katie should have just not gone any further in the process, just because it was clear that her heart wasn't in it. And the thing I don't like about when people get to the end of their relationship is how they talk about how I was never really in it. I knew this wasn't going to go anywhere, but you were putting on a front the whole time, like you thought it was going to go somewhere, that you wanted things to happen. And there was one point where Derek asked her, so why did you say yes on decision day? And she said, because I wanted to give us time. But if you knew all along that it wasn't going to go anywhere, what was the point of those, however long it was? What was the point of that time? So Hood Rat Katie really got on my nerves during this episode, because she just was, she was defensive. She was real fidgety. I just want her to sit still. And a lot of things she was saying didn't make sense. She ended up sleeping with that same ex after filming ended, but exactly the timeline, don't remember, don't care. And my only issue with people who entertain exes or who sleep with exes is, for me, you know, how I view an ex. I view an ex as an ex for a reason. Like, there's a reason why you have an ex before whatever it was you were to me, whether it's my ex-best friend, my ex-girlfriend, my ex, whatever. There's a reason why you have an X in front of your name. And it takes a lot for somebody to come back from getting that title. So for me, you know, if you have that before your name, you're there for a reason. And I kind of feel like, you know, God doesn't put you in a situation for you to learn the same lesson twice. So if you learned the lesson the first time and the result of that lesson was a person became an X, revisiting that probably really ain't worth it, because who's really in school trying to take the same class you already took again? I don't know if that went over anybody's head, but, you know, I don't understand how people entertain exes like that. Like, just for what? Are you bored? Is that what it is? But she slept with her ex before she was officially divorced from Derek. And he was going in on her pretty much this whole episode. Like, he seemed like he had enough, and he was letting her have it. And Katie she just couldn't take it. Let me look at my notes real quick just to see if there's anything that I felt like needed to be said. Hood Rat Katie gave a whole lot of excuses for why she felt like things were the way that they were. She blamed Derek for everything, pretty much, in my opinion. And she didn't take any accountability for the part that she played. I think she wanted him to be somebody that he wasn't. And that's mistake number one that you can always make in a relationship, is wanting someone to be something that they're not. Like, if you can't accept me, if you can't accept me at what I call face value, then you are wasting my time. Like, accept me for me. When I was dating, I would always make sure I was pretty upfront about who I was, what I wanted out of life, and all of that. If that ain't for you, cool. There were plenty of girls before me and my wife got together who did not return my phone calls, who did not return my text messages, who ghosted me. And that is okay. You're letting me know that I'm not what you want, that I'm not for you. Cool. Now, they could have put that in words or writing of some kind and said, hey, I'm not interested anymore. But hey, silence, I'll take it. But you have to do that. Like, let people know what you want up front. And if it's not for you, accept that it's not for you and just go from there. But with this kind of show, people are in contracts and they just trying to fulfill that contractual obligation and get that check. And, that's a part of the reason why I'm done with this show. Let me just quickly look through there. The other thing I didn't like that I wrote down is Katie called her sleeping with her ex a physical slip up. And I don't like when people make excuses for things like that. That wasn't a physical slip up. It was a physical slip in. But it was not a physical slip up. Nobody just accidentally falls in bed with each other, or over the counter, or on the washing machine, or in the floor, or on the park bench. Y'all get the point. Nobody ever just falls into those kind of situations. There's something that leads up to it, whether it's conversation. It's usually conversation. I feel like I repeat myself too many times when I'm talking about these kind of subjects. Cheating is not something that just happens. There's a build up to it. And usually the first thing that happens is a conversation. That is, I'm not a psychologist. I don't study this stuff. But I'd be willing to bet if you were to talk to someone who is cheated or someone who's been cheated on, you will find out that the first thing that happened in the step that led up to somebody cheating was a conversation that probably shouldn't have happened. So when people say, oh, it was a slip up, it was an accident, no, because what you were doing, no pun intended, was what you exactly wanted to be doing in that moment. I don't like when people don't take accountability for stuff like that. But all right, let's go from them. Let's quickly go to Brailer. Like I said, Bruden and his pit stains and his pigeon toe feet were not there. And the reason why he probably wasn't there, outside of the issues that he had with the production, was that they ended up filing restraining orders against each other. And we got Taylor and her wig, which was still terrible. Like, is Lifetime not paying you enough to do something with that head? For real. But we got her side of the story, and we got Brandon's side of the story through court paperwork. And I still am lost about what exactly happened. She was talking about she was at some bar with her new boo, and Bruden and his pit stains and his pigeon toe feet was like following them. And somehow or another, they both got arrested. And I just thought, I don't know how DC PD is, but I don't feel like people are just getting arrested just for no reason. Like, something had to have happened for y'all to have gotten arrested, for both of y'all to have gotten arrested. And we did not get those answers. But that's the biggest thing that happened, was that they both got arrested and they filed restraining orders against each other. That's all I got. So then after we finish talking about them, we talk about, everybody else, like I said, but it wasn't important. Who cares? We bring everybody in on the conversation. And this is when things started to happen that I didn't like, because I didn't like the fact that they kept asking Perch to speak for Brandon. I didn't like that. Like, Perch has his own issues that he got to worry about. Like, he got to worry about how he portrayed himself. So the fact that Kevin kept asking Perch, now they might be the best of friends, they might be ace boon coons, but why do you keep asking him what Brandon thought. If y'all cared so much, y'all could have zoomed Brandon in. Clearly, if there's a restraining order, they can't be close, so they clearly made their choice between the two, and they chose to have Taylor there and her wig and her cracked phone. But y'all could have zoomed him in. Y'all could have Skyped him in. Y'all could have had him write a letter. Y'all could have had him send a smoke signal. Y'all could have did something, and they didn't do anything. So he just continued to go to Perch. And I'm like, why do you keep asking him this? Like, it was frustrating me. And when Perch got up and walked away, I completely felt like he was justified in walking away, because that's not his fight to fight. That's not his marriage to defend. That's not he ain't in it. His name is Bennett, and he ain't in it. So why do y'all keep asking him? So, like, literally after everything, like, Taylor would say something, Kevin would say something, then Kevin would say, well, how did Brandon feel? What did Brandon do? Brandon. And then during the break, Michael leaves and goes to his dressing room, and he's frustrated. And I felt like I haven't agreed with Perch much during this season, but I felt like he was 100% justified in getting up and walking out. And then Kevin wanted to come in, and Perch was trying to explain to him. I don't remember if he cut him off, something about, we're, as a black man, or we're black and da-da-da-da. And Kevin was like, don't go there, because on TV, Brandon da-da-da. Yes, Brandon did those things. Perch ain't responsible for what he did, nor should he be held responsible in this particular setting. So I did not like that. I did not like how they were like trying to set him up to try to defend him. I can talk junk about everybody, but I can also call things out when they're not going the way that I think that they should. And that was a part of it. And reason number 533 why I'm done with this show. So, okay, so they have everybody in there talking about it. Because apparently, like, the situation was so serious that there was a court appearance that it seemed like most of the women were a part of. I don't know if Jessica raised her hand, but I know Mindy, Katie, and Mika both said they had to go to court. And obviously Perch was at court for brooding in his piss stains and his pigeon-toed feet. But I think I might be done with nicknames. It's old at this point. But it was a lot. It was a lot. What else happened? Yes, I'm scratching. And if you can hear it, oh well. I'm just gonna move on. Something else that happened, all the girls got matching tattoos on their ring finger, whichever hand it was. Circling back to Hair and Mindy, they have Channy, which was one of Mindy's friends, come out, which I don't really understand why she was there. The friend that needed to be there was Lindsay, and she was not. So while we got Channy here, she serves no purpose. She served no purpose for the reunion. Maybe she said some stuff that may hit the cutting room floor, but what is she there for? But Zach still talking in circles. Nothing much has changed there as far as like when he talked to Lindsay, all of that, Derek said that somebody in the cast told him that Katie slept with her ex, though right after the honeymoon. But he said he wasn't going to throw anybody under the bus, which I can understand because, who want those kind of problems. But the only person to have to speak up to make it a point to say that it wasn't her was Mika. And I was like, was it you, Meek? Because you're the only person who had to make a point that it wasn't you. A hit dog will holler. A hit dog will holler. So, let me just say this. As a married man who believes in marriage, this show is completely unacceptable for the image that it portrays of marriage, of conflict resolution. It is unacceptable. And the only reason why I continue to review this season was for my scatterbrains. Because I know a lot of y'all enjoy my commentary for the show, and y'all are the only reason why I stuck this through. And I think I made it through the whole season and missed maybe like 2 episodes. I did this for y'all. Thank y'all for watching my reviews for this show since I've been doing it since season 3. Thank you. Thank you for the people who subscribed because of it, the people who shared, the people who liked, the people who commented, the people who thumbs up and down. Thank you all so much. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully you'll stick around to see the other things that I'm presenting on this channel and, give suggestions for shows that you think I should check out. But I want to make it clear, crystal clear. And I don't want anybody to think that, there's a maybe. I am never, ever reviewing another episode of Married at First Sight, nor will I ever go out of my way to watch another episode of Married at First Sight. I am completely done with this show for so many reasons that we don't have time to talk about. But as a married person, I knew that this was not for me. As somebody who believes in the institution, this ain't for me. You know, you can't be hot and cold at the same time. You know, you can't say you believe in marriage and then support foolishness like this. So I finished this out for y'all, and I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all can let me know what y'all thought about the reunion down in the comments. I know that there's probably plenty of things that I missed, but I know most of y'all know that I'm completely over it at this point because I'm just so disappointed in the path that this show has taken. The show is different than it was seasons ago, and for those of y'all who've been watching since those early seasons, you know how different it is. If you look at percentages, just for this season alone, 25% success rate, just for the season, 25% success rate. And there are still people who will line up to have these people match them, film them to get married. And there are people who genuinely want to be loved, genuinely want to get married, genuinely want a partner and have children, all of that. I ain't begging nobody. Please do not sign up for Married at First Sight. Please. If it is in the cards for you to be married, you'll be married. But do not go this route, thinking that you're going to have a successful marriage. Now, if y'all are going on there to be famous, hey, go for it. But do not go on this show with the hopes that you're going to be married and be successful. Because you might get married, but the thing is that you're going to have a long-lasting marriage. And you're not probably when it comes to this show. The show is trash. And for my final, thank God, sign off. Thank y'all for watching my Married at First Sight reviews. Thank y'all again. Please make sure you remember to rate, comment, subscribe if you haven't, and leave some suggestions for what show we're going to enter into next. No 2-hour shows. No 2-hour shows, okay? Make sure y'all are tuning in for the locked down vlogs that I'm doing because, you know, hey, we're at home. We ain't got nothing else to do. But thank y'all again. Thank you, Scatterbrains. I watch It's Rocks. She's a great person to watch. And she gives her rock stars hugs. And I just feel like I need to give y'all a hug for watching my videos. So I'm going to go ahead and give y'all a hug. Because, you know, it makes you feel good when you get a virtual hug. So I'm going to give y'all, come on in. Come. Oh. That's me patting you on the back. Okay. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. I guess that's where I got that from. I just felt like I needed to give y'all a hug. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. I'm going to get off of here. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.